Well, Mike, it's the celebration of little Aemon's second birthday, and there's cake. That's yummy. There's pulled pork. It's a really boring sandwich with some Daemon bread that makes the episode a lot better. We'll be recapping Daemon's war efforts, the rift between Viserys and Rhaenyrea, and how everyone would rather have a toddler in charge than a woman. It's the Watchers on the Couch. Welcome back to Watchers on the Couch. Today we are discussing episode 3 of the Game of Thrones prequel series House of Dragons. Second of his name is the name of that episode. Yes, I'm Tim.
And I'm Mike.
His Grace would never lower himself to entertain such a mummer's farce.
I don't blame him. Jesus, what a rough start. Couple little changes. We're going to do the mailbag closer to the end of the show. We're going to get straight into the show recap.
All right.
As
Mailbag.
Ooh, mailbag. So we'll have the corrections department, which I am renaming to a feast of fuck ups. And yeah. So, Mike, episode 3, our initial thoughts. I gotta be honest. We were like, I don't know, 20 minutes or 25 minutes into this episode of all the hunt stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm getting real fucking bored.
Yeah, it was a little boring.
Oh,
Oh, yes. Oh.
Very good.
very
Thanks,
good.
Damon. Yeah, because he was the only entertaining part of the show. Actually, I wouldn't say it's a bad episode.
It's not.
But yeah, I felt a little disconnected this episode. For some reason, I wasn't prepared for like that time jump to be like 3 years.
Right.
And that threw me off a little bit at the beginning. And I'm like, and then for a little while, I'm like, oh my God, okay, what's happening? What I miss? Like in these past 3 years, like instead of just kind of relaxing and I don't know, following the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was, I don't know what it's missing, but it is missing a little something. And I do have a little bit of complaints about, I guess the crab feeder and all that, even though it was directed well and like choreographed well.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, I felt a little disconnected from it, or I don't know. We'll get to it.
Maybe a little disappointed as well.
What about you? How'd you, yeah?
I think, the opening of this episode was really strong. And then we get into the main portion of this episode, the hunt. And that's when we find out that the war's been going on for 3 years. We've done a 3-year time jump. And it seems like that's a lot of time to skip over. But at the same time, I don't know how important that would be. Like, would that make the show even more plotted out and boring if they added that in? If they did an episode of
I
that?
think it would.
Yeah. I think
it would. And I don't think I missed anything important. It just kind of threw me off a little bit. I don't think I need any of that stuff in between. I think we got all the stuff we needed to know that was in between.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was actually good what they did with the time jump there. So
yeah,
we'll see what the next time jump is.
Yeah,
it's like
I think
50 years in the future.
The hunt stuff, all the stuff about the name day, everything was acted well. It's just, man, this is going on way too long. You could have trimmed this down, or at least interspersed it with more of the stuff going on in the Stepstones to kind of like fix the pacing of it a little bit. Because it's like, bam, you're falling asleep, bam, and then there's the ending. So it's like, throw some more stuff in there. What's Daemon doing in between getting shot with the arrow and then coming back? Like, give me a little more to break up this stupid, all this politicking. That's the word.
I thought about this, that like pretty much exactly what you're saying, because I know at times when we used to watch Game of Thrones that I know I've criticized a little bit about how much they do cut back and forth. Like sometimes it's too much to where they cut back and forth between different characters and where they're at. This actually would have been good if they did that a little bit. It would have broken up a little more, and I think it would have been a little more enjoyable. So it would have cut up a little bit of the monotony.
Yeah,
I guess.
So let's get into the recap. So we open with the crab feeder nailing down some of Daemon and Corlys's men to feed his crabs. And we have one guy that we're focusing on in particular who's getting basically, I mean, it's not really crucified because he's not hanging there. He's just getting his hand nailed to a post. And he's cursing the crab feeder out. He's telling them that House Valerian's gunning for him. And then Daemon comes in on Syraxes. Syraxes, is that how you say it? I want to say Cyrax.
Yeah, I believe so.
Cyrax is Mortal Kombat.
Syraxes.
And starts setting shit on fire. And the captive crab snack, he's very excited. And we get another hit on the cunt count. So we're up to 2 for the season. We need a theme song for the cunt count as well. I need an actual cunt count behind me in the background.
C word, C word, C word.
I just need the.
I mean, they're going on the sea like they're C word, sailing on the sea.
The sea snake.
C word.
The C word snake.
The C word snake. No. Look what we did there.
That's right. That's what we do here. It's puns all the way down.
It sure is.
But this guy's excitement's very short-lived as Daemon lands his dragon right on top of him, killing him, which...
Yeah, he got Snooky smushed.
I don't know if this was supposed to be funny. Like...
It's funny to me.
Yeah, I mean, I laughed. I was like, huh. But it's like, is this supposed to be dark comedy? Is this supposed to be tragic? Like, what is it? Because it's not like funny, but it's kind of... It seems like it's very British humor. It's one of the other podcasts that I listen to mentioned it. It's Fan-Sided is the network, I guess, and it's Bastard and Broken Things is their podcast, and they did their hot takes, and they mentioned it was very Monty Python-esque with the foot coming down, and I definitely agree.
Save me,
save me, my prince!
Fucking hell, fucking hell, mate!
Guys gargling Daemon's balls, and instead he gets a foot fetish. Step on me, dragon daddy. And
gargling the dragon's balls. The red worm's balls.
My favorite Luke Bryan song.
This scene, okay, and when he's on his dragon, and he's okay. For one, I gotta say off the bat, the CG. Man, they still can't get it right when they do close-up shots of anybody riding a dragon. It just looks awful. Just like, oh, that looks weird.
Yeah, he's like, it's very jerky. It's like whatever the motions they have with the dragon don't match up with the person in the saddle.
Yep, it's weird. But he's just calling the crab feeder out, like, "Where are you? Where are you? Hey, my night vision's bad.
I'm out here on my big fucking dragon.
See you.
It's all smoky.
I'm done with the hide and seek.
I burned everything and I can't see through the smoke. Where are you?
Come on, help me out a bit, man. I'm trying. Let's fight."
But the crab feeder doesn't want to fight. Instead, he slinks into his cave, and there's a volley of arrows headed for Daemon. And one of them takes him in the shoulder, so him and his dragon take off.
Are we supposed to think that this happened basically right around the same time that the end of this episode happened?
Yeah.
Or did this happen
this is
right after?
I still think this is part of the time jump.
Okay.
I don't think this was like all of a sudden Daemon gets hit with an arrow and then it's 3 years later. Because that's a long... Yeah. That seems like a long time to be fighting the 3 years in general. Like, the guy's got a dragon. It's a weapon of mass destruction. And we're going to find out later, it's not the only dragon in play. So it's like, how the fuck is it taking these guys 3 years to do this? Just put the dragon's face in the cave, burn him out. If they did that, there wouldn't be a story.
Yeah.
So, but that's the end of the Stepstones stuff for a bit. We're going to head back to King's Landing, where we see it has been 3 years since the last episode. That's actually only been 1 week, but it's been 1 week. 3 years. We skipped the wedding of Viserys and Alicent. We skipped the birth of Aegon, and we're jumping right into his second birthday.
Oh, it's his birthday.
Oh,
Oh, look at my son. How is my nose? Oh, look, here's my dick. Yeah, here's daddy's dick. Yeah.
He's got my
Good
finger,
boy.
literally. He popped it right off because they're rotting away.
Oh. Otto's like, he's, I want to call him kingly yet. He freaking shit his pants just a little while ago.
Eats porridge with his hands.
Just like the king.
Oh, you're getting older.
Oh, he has that about the king, too.
If the king loses many more fingers, I really will be the hand.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Gotta hand it to you.
There we go. So yeah, happy second birthday to the prince. So they tell you it's been 2 years and 9 months about. So, but Viserys is getting reports about how poorly Daemon and Corlys's war is going, despite the fact that they have dragons, which he doesn't want to hear about that because it's his son's birthday, and because it's Corlys and Daemon's war, and it's unsanctioned. And by the way, where's my daughter? Or wo ist meine Tochter, as I've learned in German, thanks to Duolingo.
Where's my Duta?
Wo ist meine...
Because he says it like that.
So your problem is just British accents, I think.
Where's my Duta?
Somebody hacks his system and he learns that freedom isn't the crown and the Iron Throne, it's his Duta. But the guy that's talking to him, I didn't go back and do a second rewatch. Was this the Lannister guy?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's Tyland. Tyland Lannister and Jason Lannister.
Right.
And they're twins.
They're twins.
I still don't know how twins are made, Tim, but I'm getting there. Yep. Real callback.
Yeah.
About 5 years ago on our podcast.
What's his name? Tyrell?
Thailand.
Thailand.
It's Tai-Tai.
Tai Lanny.
Yeah.
Tai Lanny mentions that if the crown wants to get
And
involved
J-Land.
in this war, then now is the time. But Otto is all like,
Let's not be too hasty.
says if they interfered now, the crown would appear weak because they haven't done shit for this long. So you have to stay the course of not doing shit.
Hell, Viserys is like, it's been 3 years. I mean, it can wait a little while longer. If I keep ignoring it, for sure it will just go away. So, I mean, that's what I got from it.
That's pretty much how he his whole governing philosophy of Westeros is if I ignore it long enough, it'll resolve itself.
Or I got enough time, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, there's plenty of time.
I'm just losing fingers. What difference does it make? I still got
8 left.
Yeah. But he's still like, hey, where the hell is Rhaenyrea? So Alicent goes outside and finds Rhae under a tree being kind of a shithead to a minstrel. And we find out that Allie and Rhae aren't friends anymore because it's hard to remain friends with somebody who, when you see them, you have to picture their maggoty, scabby dad on top of them. So
you're going to call me mommy now.
Call me Queen Mommy.
I'm your mommy.
You're my
Queen
queen
Mommy.
stepmom.
Yeah. And, your iPod has to go. Okay. You listen all day.
Same song on repeat.
Under the dragon's balls. Under the dragon's eyeballs. See what I did there?
Yes.
So, thought I was being dirty.
Yeah. Ellie tells Rhae that the king wants her at the celebratory hunt, and Rhae asks if it's a command. And Alicent says, well, yes, but it doesn't have to be. She's like, fine, I'll go. Blah, blah, blah. Rhae's apparently been an angry little shit for 3 whole years now, which is like a long time to be pissed off all the time about this. It's like, doesn't anybody use their words in this show when it comes to personal relationships?
No, she's been reading her books. So, you know, yeah.
Reading Rhaenyra.
It does seem like a long time for it to be that
3
way.
years.
Not that long. I don't know. Like, her future is just, it looks pretty bleak. Or, I mean, look, I know, like, compared to a lot of people in the realm, she has it amazing. But then again, she doesn't want to just be a freaking baby machine.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what her future is. She thinks is going towards,
Yeah.
you know, like she's going to be supplanted and, oh, you just make the babies, you know, it'll be great.
Everybody likes babies.
Go up to Castle. Yeah.
50-50.
Go up to Castle Rock.
Go to Castle Rock. Go to Castle Rock.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the showrunner, 50-50% chance you survive childbirth back then. It's like, okay, let's roll the dice every time. Sounds great.
Yeah. Alicent, I'm not sure how I feel about Alicent, because they're showing it as like Alicent is being very nice to her, and
She seems to be the most reasonable
multiple
one.
times she seems like she is trying to help her out and be nice to her. I don't know. I hope she's honest about it.
Nah, she's not. She's going to out
What if her
Otto.
relationship?
She's going to out Otto. She's playing a real tricky
Out
game.
him out. She gonna kill her daddy?
Oh, I hope so. Probably not, but I hope so. Not for a while, because her dad's the one that gets all the best lines. Like, my entire soundboard is going to be Otto Hightower pretty soon. But Rhaenyrea joins the royal carriage, and the king is trying to talk to her, and she's not having much of it. Much less so, as Mike, you said, when he's like, "You'll get knocked up soon enough." Okay,
Yeah.
bold strategy there, Cotton Hair. Let's see how it plays out. No wonder she doesn't.
Look at my wife. I'm knocking her up all the time. You should have like 5 babies by now. Oh, dude. Was Viserys feeding his 2-year-old son wine? Because he was drinking, and then he went and gave his kid a drink of his cup.
Oh, probably. I mean,
Had to be wine.
it's the 80s. It's okay.
Dude, and then Aegon got mad. He had his little dragon in his hand. He's like, nah. He threw his little baby, his little toy dragon.
Just
down.
like Daddy.
That's foreshadowing. You just wait.
Yeah.
He's gonna be angry Aegon. Angry baby.
So I got
Yeah,
as
kill some
somebody with an
dragons.
almost 2-year-old. They just throw shit down all the time once they learn how to do that. It's just
Nope, not this one.
it's just no.
Yeah. And then Alicent says something about, having babies is super easy. You can do it. And I think both Viserys and Rhaenyra are like, I guess you forgot about my mom? You forget about my ex, babe? Like, let's just ignore this.
They're in the encampment at this point, and that's when she decides to head out. She gets some wine from Lord Jason Lannister, and he's like, "I'm rich, bitch, and I'll have people dig a hole for dragons after we get married, and I get you knocked up soon enough."
Mm-hmm.
So
Jason Lannister's like, I want to marry you. I want to give you a nice finger ring. A ring on your finger. A finger ring.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Finger ring.
Yeah.
This is a truly pathetic show.
He's a fucking creep, though.
He is a creep.
Man,
He's like, I'm Jason Lannister. It's like, man, you are nowhere near as impressive as the Lannisters we've met before. You're like,
oh yeah, for sure.
you're like cunt Lannister.
We've met much better twin Lannisters.
Yes, as far as man,
Are you fucking your brother?
you fuck my brother. You fuck my brother.
You fuck your brother.
You go back to Casterly Rock and attend your brother.
Hey, King, I got an idea. How about your daughter fucks her brother? Hey, I don't think so. Go fuck your wife. She's not going to fuck her brother. You go fuck your wife's brother's sister's mother.
They're dead too. Oh, everybody Otto can put his dick in is dead. That's his problem. So yeah, Rhaenyra confronts the king and she's like, so that's it, huh? You're just trying to wed me off? And he's like, well, you have to get married at some point. I've been trying to involve you as best as I can, but you insist on being a little shit these last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I don't want to get married. And he basically snaps back with, hey, I didn't want to get married either, but I had to, and you will too. But he says it in a much better way. He's like, even I do not exist above duty and tradition, Rhaenyrea. Or however he says it.
That's very good.
Thank you. And Otto was like, hey, all this is great and all because it makes both of you unfit to rule, but my job is to tell you to simmer down, I guess.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Settle down, all right?
But don't really. Continue making fools of yourself.
Yeah.
Because I want my
this
grandson.
is great for me.
Yeah, this is great for my daughter and my grandson. Why don't you guys stab each other? So,
Viserys, after you die, I'm going to fuck my daughter and I will be king.
oh no.
I will fuck your son.
Or you,
Yeah.
he's Dr. Oz.
I will put on a dress. I'll be queen. So there was one part where Rhaenyrea is supposed to give, trying to give advice. And she tells that old lady, like, what have you done? You've just been eating cake, you fat bitch.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yes. Just the gossipy parts of it.
And there was, Larry Strong. Mr. Larry Strong. He's the guy that has the, crooked foot or whatever, and he has that little steel trap on his foot.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that guy's gonna fucking Kaiser Sose this whole fucking show. All right, I'm telling you, even eats that piece of cake like, oh man,
Oh, man.
shit's going down, bitches be tripping.
So Rhaenyra gets on a horse and books it out of the camp. She's like, I hate you and I'm going to run away and never come back ever.
Yeah, that's
But Sir Kristen Cole,
exactly my thought.
her honor guard, follows after her because that's his job as sworn protector.
Oh, Sir Crispin.
Crispy coleslaw.
Yes. He was a real pussy hound back in his youth. Oh.
Yeah, I forgot to put that in my notes. So, back in my salad days, I was swinging dick like mad, but eventually I became a squire and or steward, and then I became hand of the king.
Thank you, princess, for saving me from all these whores throwing themselves at me. Life is great.
Thank you, Your Grace, for drying out my balls.
They do actually seem to get along very well. Like, they have a good relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he makes a joke about, hey, should I kill him?
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Yeah, so she's she's unloading all of her baggage like he's a therapist, and including the idea of marrying Jason Lannister. So, and yeah, Cole offers to kill him, which breaks the tension a little bit. But she mentions how she's heir to the throne, but essentially she has no real role or power. And Crispy Cole is like, hey, I was once a lowly steward up to my neck in Poontang, and you named me to the Kingsguard, which is the highest honor my family's ever seen. So everything I have, I owe to you, including these big blue balls. And that is power in itself.
I wouldn't call that toothless. I mean, you got all your teeth.
Yeah.
You're
You're not falling apart like your dad.
Dental work, You got great dental coverage being the princess. No one's missing teeth on this show. There should be more missing
Is
teeth.
that true? I guess that is true.
I don't know.
Everybody's
everybody
aristocracy. We don't see enough peasant people.
Yeah, true.
We need more bronze. Somebody give me a brawn.
Mhm.
My kingdom for a brawn.
Yeah. Less brain, more brawn. Mm-hmm.
So Viserys is like, fuck the water, bring me wine. And he's getting drunk while everybody else is being all sleazy, schmoozy, and politicking. And we get Jason Lannister coming back, the lamest Lannister ever, being all, here's a spear. Thank you for making me your daughter's consolation prize, and she isn't getting the throne.
Hey, speaking of stabbing things, I'd love to marry your daughter. Yeah, if you know what I mean, huh? Yeah.
With your whores and your lick spittles.
I'm rich.
Rich bitch.
So Viserys is like, why wouldn't she get the throne? And Jason is all, well, we assume now that you have a kid with a little dragon that, and Viserys is all, you all, huh? You're saying there's multiple of you? There's a rebellion amongst my subjects that no one's told me about or dealt with? Because anyone challenging the heir to the throne is essentially a traitor. Thanks for the spear. Now go fuck off.
Thanks for the gift, asshole.
And Otto pops up and he's like, hey, there's a way to make this go away. Wed your daughter to your son / my grandson. Fucking gross, man. And even Viserys basically says so. Fucking gross.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? He's 2. That doesn't matter. Your daughter fucks her brother. You're Valerian. This is what you guys do.
It's like, dude, he's 2 or he's on whatever. I came to celebrate his birthday, not be bothered with all this bullshit for a little bit. And the other guy, is this Strong that comes up after that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Lord Strong.
This guy that's a bit player, but like he's been the most honest and least sleazy so far. So
yeah,
he's either incredibly sleazy and we don't know about it yet, or he's going to die soon. But he approaches Viserys, and Viserys is all, he's like, do you want my opinion, your grace? And drunk Viserys is like, oh, I bet you want Ray to wed your son, huh? You maneuvering fucking scumbag. Well, no, and fuck you very much. I was going to suggest that Ray marries Rhaenyrea Valerian for the same reason that you should have married his sister instead of thinking with your little dragon. You need to mend the relationship between your great houses, create a stronger crown. But by the way, you better hope Rhaenyra survives the war because he's down there fighting right now.
I definitely think Lord Strong probably going to die. At least because in Game of Thrones, I don't remember any houses named Strong. Do you?
I would have to reread the books, and I'm not going to do that because Game of Thrones, despite having a shit ton of fucking characters, there's way more characters in the books that they either cut out completely or kind of merged multiple characters into one character.
Yeah, but he does mention his son. Viserys mentions Lord Strong's son. Mm-hmm. He has 2. One we saw with Mr. Larry Strong, with the awkward foot. Mm-hmm. And we also saw his oldest son, which Viserys talks about. We see him in this episode. He is at camp, and he's all smiley when Rhaenyra comes back.
Oh, like, yeah.
Oh, look at her covered in blood. Oh, my gosh.
So speaking of back in the woods, Cole and Crispy Cole and Ray are hanging out, and I don't even remember what they were talking about. I don't know if it was important or not. But a boar shows up and attacks him, and Ray actually manages to hold it back from impaling her while she's on the ground, which is pretty impressive because I figured that would be hard for a regular anyone to do because that thing's got to be like 700 pounds or something.
I have no idea, but I know boars are like pretty fucking intense.
Yeah.
And we know, like in real life, they are for sure. But we definitely know in this world they are because
killed a king.
Robert,
Bobby B.
Robert Baratheon got
Bobby B got gored.
Got run by one. Yeah.
But
so yeah, she staves it off, and luckily Mr. Crispin's sword didn't go too far through that boar's head. Because it came real close to Rhaenyra's head.
Yeah. The sword goes through the boar's head and it's dying, but it's not going quietly or quickly. It starts thrashing around, and Ray pulls out her dagger and starts to stab the fuck out of it, working out what should be like 3.5 years of therapy in an unideal manner.
Yeah. It's like,
bawling her eyes out, getting sprayed with blood. Probably getting what do pigs have? Trichinosis? No, that's maybe.
I think bears do.
Bears have
pigs might too. Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, boring.
Boring.
Let's move on.
Yes. So Viserys is super drunk at this point. He's hanging out at the bonfire, and Alicent shows up and is like, "Is everything okay?" And he's like, "Nope, I'm drunk as fuck." He's like, "I followed my dreams literally, and it's my obsession with having a son killed my wife, drove a wedge between me and my daughter, and I'm hoping that putting Rey on the throne was going to make up for some of that, but now I'm wondering if I was wrong because she's being a real pain in the ass."
Yep.
And then they discovered, I forgot to mention this, they discovered that the heart that they were tracking, we skipped the deer shit scene in this.
Oh my god, I'm glad you went back to it. Hey, you want to talk some shit, bro? yeah, let's talk about this shit. It's cool, yeah. In his bare hand.
No wonder it's
And he
falling
wipes
off.
it around.
Yeah.
Isn't that, yes! And he puts his glove back on. Oh,
It's like, I must feel this.
it's a shit glove.
I must feel it with my fingertips.
Yes. He could have done it with his glove.
He could have eaten
Nope.
it.
Ah.
He might as well have. It's like,
Oh.
it's 3 hours old. Yeah, still warm.
Oh, wow.
So-
That is amazing.
So, you can't eat it after. If it's still warm, you shouldn't be eating it after 2 hours. 3 hours is just. It's unsafe, unsanitary. I think.
This needs to be cooked. Heat it up.
I think back then.
Put it on the grill.
I think back then everybody smelled like deer shit. So
Back
back then.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
But yeah, they
No one's washing their hands. Everybody smelled awful. Yeah.
it's
Nasty.
the nasty as hell.
Nasty motherfuckers.
But yeah, they discovered this beast that they were tracking is apparently a white hart, which is considered a good omen. The gods are smiling on the celebration of Aegon's name day. So now Viserys is thinking, I believe in dreams and portents and omens and shit. Maybe this means I should have named Aegon my heir, and I fucked up royally.
Mm-hmm. Alicent is like, don't let your dreams be dreams.
House LaBouffe. Meanwhile, the horn sounds, signaling they have captured the heart. So the king stumbles off to kill it. It's nighttime, by the way, at the bonfire. But the next scene where he shows up to stab this deer or stag or whatever it is, it's daytime. So I don't know if that's a fuck up or if they've just been
maybe
up.
it'll just
They've been up all night drinking.
Up all night, I'm assuming.
That's
Yeah. I'm assuming so.
It's like 5 a.m. when he's at the bonfire. He's like, all right, I'll fucking
Just
just what you want. Is a
this was
bunch of people with swords that are all sleep deprived and drunk.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This scene was pathetic. Like, man, Viserys just looked so pathetic. I hated watching it.
Yeah, it took forever.
He already has to use like the stairs to step off his horse.
Mhm.
Hey, and he's getting older, so it's not the same as like when Robert Baratheon had to use the stairs. Robert was still, young enough to be able to get on and off his horse.
Mhm.
He just freaking eats and drinks like way
Yeah.
too much. I
Bring
guess
me my
Viserys is a
breastplate
little older
stretcher.
yeah. But, oh, man. And then I wonder, I guess this is probably normal though, where they just hold this this stag down.
Yeah, that's what Sarah was like. Where's the
for the
sport in
king?
this? It's like the sport is they caught it. And he's just killing it. It's,
Like, do they do that for every king? I would assume.
I don't know. It's like
This is what I'm guessing, but
yeah, I don't know. We don't really
he
get.
couldn't even kill it.
Yeah, not the first
He
time.
couldn't even kill it in one blow, And then the guy comes up to him and is like, "Sir, your grace, now try stabbing it right up the ass." Yeah. Yeah, your grace, right up his bum. Yeah. Up his bum. Up his bum.
Oi, king! How about you attend your stag?
Ride him, your grace. Get on top of him, choke him out.
Show him your little
Stab
dragons.
him again.
Yeah. So
I kind of skipped over this, is that, yeah, it's not even the white stag.
Yeah.
So
It's just a big brown stag.
yeah, man, that part's kind of depressing too.
So, well, he might,
You know?
he might actually be relieved here because, all these omens and stuff, like the fact that it's not the white stag might signify to him he was right in naming Rhaenyrea, but he's probably also a little disappointed too because he really doesn't want to let his dreams be dreams. So,
Yep.
you might say I'm a dreamer.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
It was definitely a mixed emotions. I couldn't pinpoint kind of what he was thinking. I was getting what you were saying, so a little mix of emotions. He's doing a great job of acting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Patty
Tiger
Constantine.
Viserys is Patty. Yeah. He's
Patty Constantine. This is
great job. Oh, great job, Patty.
Oh, Patty.
Oh, Patty. Oh.
I like it when you stab me in the potatoes.
Oh, stab the stag right in the potatoes, Patty.
So yeah, he takes the spear that Jason made for him and stabs. Doesn't do a very good job. He has to do it again. And the second time, when the stag actually goes down, I totally expected those horns to come back up and impale him. I thought that was going to be the end of Viserys.
I could see Viserys dying at any point.
Yeah.
At least from this episode on. Like, next episode, I could see him dying. I don't expect that to happen. I don't think it's out of the question, though.
Yeah. I guess it depends on whether or not he's still alive when we do the time jump. Or the big time jump.
Oh my! If we fucking do that, if we do a time jump, and it's like, oh yeah, your dad died. Yep. Oh my god, what are we gonna do?
Died off screen. Trust us, we're going somewhere with this story.
They've already done it once with deaths off screen, so
who'd they do it with?
Fucking crab eater.
Oh yeah. I thought we meant during the time jump. Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry.
And
it was off screen. Yeah.
So yeah, the White Hart does appear before Rhaenyrea, however, as they're headed back to camp, and Cole begins to draw a sword, which I'm not sure how successful you would be trying to run down a hart on a horse and try to kill it with a sword. Seems like that wouldn't work out too well. But Rhaenyra's like, no, don't be stupid. That's dumb. That's
that
dumb,
White
dumb
Hart.
thinking.
That White Hart gave Rhaenyra a look like, you just killed my best friend. That was Sir Boris. My best friend. Why did you do that? My life is empty now.
Don't ever come back to the 100-acre wood again. Sir Crispin Robin. So yeah, Ray tells Crispin not to, I keep calling him Crispin now. Kristen to not kill him.
That's his name now, man. Sir Crispin.
Sir Crispin Glover.
Yeah.
And the White Hart heads off and they return to camp dragging the dead boar behind them. Ray is still covered in blood. Everybody's looking at her in different ways, but none of them seem particularly impressed except for, as you mentioned, Strong the Elder. Mm-hmm. There's some amusement and disgusted faces on them, and even Viserys is just like, "What the fuck?" Doesn't even check to see if he's okay. Fucking dipshit dad.
Jason Lannister's face. Go back and watch that scene. His face is like, oh, like all the stupid faces right there.
Oh,
Jason Lannister.
All stupid faces.
That one right
he
there.
He makes it in.
I should have taken a screenshot.
We'll put him in.
He's just like, all right.
Because I don't have another nominee for Hall of Stupid Faces this week. So Jason Lannister can get it. Everybody's like looking at her. It's like, oh, she's a woman. She had a severely heavy period. Because everything about this show is misogynistic. So everybody's like, oh, she wouldn't have. It
is silly
if she stayed and ate the cake.
Hey, I mean, she really didn't kill it. I mean, she just, I don't know.
She butchered it.
Killed a wounded animal. I mean, she did pretty much what her dad did.
She did a better job than her dad.
Yeah.
She didn't have any problem stabbing it. She just went ape shit. and didn't
Right.
stop.
Mm-hmm.
But then again,
I'm waiting for Viserys to. I'm wondering if he's starting to lose his mind. I know, like in the scene, like he was drunk, and it went like to this darker motif, or where it was darker. The audio was like weird, where like it sounded like people were laughing, almost like laughing at him in a sense. And I know it was kind of just him drunk, but I'm like, he is a fucking Targaryen.
yeah.
Oh man, is he starting to lose his mind?
They
Is that
even-
what we're going to see in the next couple episodes? That he is going to lose his
Yeah,
mind?
Strong even mentions that when they're having their conversation. I forgot to put that in the notes. That Jaehaerys was
Just crazy tradition.
tradition. Your daughters drive you apeshit.
Yeah, women are fucking crazy, you lord. These dumb broads. What are you gonna do with them? Can't live with them. Sometimes you gotta kill them.
All you can do is make them have babies.
Yeah, that's all I'm good for. Baby making machines.
You think Ray should have killed the White Hart?
Oh, no, I don't know. I don't know if they even could have, but
I wonder.
I don't think she. I don't know. What do you think about that scene?
I'm just wondering, like, if she had killed it and drug the White Hart back, if that would have solidified her claim to the throne.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. I think that probably cause even more problems.
Because she upstages her dad.
You know? Kind of. I guess, right?
Yeah.
Then the king is weak and like, I don't know. She might not even make it to be queen. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either.
But she definitely didn't want to. So, guess that's a good sign. She's like, no, pretty majestic animal. Used to live in the woods. That's where I'm going to go.
Yeah, she
when I run away from my daddy.
All right. So now we go back to King's Landing, Mike. We're back in the keep, the Red Keep. And we've got Otto and Alicent talking. And Otto is going hard on this whole Aegon needs to be an heir thing, despite the fact that the king said, hey, that's treason. That's treason talk.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a disaster if Rhaenyrea ascends the throne. Allie reminds him that everyone swore to her, their house included. And Otto is still, well, you need to make the king. You must be the one to make the king see reason.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, yep, pretty much tells her she's a baby making machine. That's what women are. So,
I
boring.
do really hope she kills her dad. But I think I've seen a production. I think I've seen a production still, or a photo of the older Alicent with him. So I think he sticks around for a while.
Oh, for sure. All the worst people always live way longer than the good ones. Robert Strong's going to die soon. So, Alicent will probably die if she's actually a good person, which the show is showing us that she is. So,
She's gonna do a heel turn. She's gonna.
I don't know.
She's gonna pull off the dress, and she's got a New World Order, an NWO T-shirt on, and then she hits Ray with a chair.
She's like, suck it.
DX Chorus.
I got one word for you. Dracarys.
So she visits the king, and he's hungover. It's like, oh, wine was too good. And he's still talking about how he may have really fucked up with this whole Jason Lannister thing. And Allie tells him that Ray doesn't really have a choice. She's going to have to do whatever the king says. But he'd probably have more luck if he at least gave Rhaenyra the illusion of choice.
Yeah.
So
You got to trick her.
yeah. If you want to be a good dad, deceive your daughter.
Yep.
She also reads a missive sent to the king. Lord Business Time's brother has requested aid, but Viserys isn't really down to help them since Corlys and Daemon started their war, mainly because they were pissed off at him.
Lord Business Time's brother asks for aid.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Daemon
That's what I said.
asks. Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Okay, sorry.
So Allie reframes it in a more pragmatic way. Is it better for the realm if the crab feeder is left unchecked or if he's removed? So Viserys decides to send aid. And there's another argument with Ray after he tells her that he's going to send aid, where she's accusing him of just making her his pawn in his political game, and that he doesn't need her now, that she's going to be replaced by Aegon. And if all of this marriage bullshit was really about strengthening his house, he wouldn't have married her best friend. He would have married the 12-year-old who is now of little dragon age. And yeah, he's it's like, you're not wrong. Probably should have married the little kid, but you know what? I wanted somebody that I connected with, and I connected with your best friend multiple times.
He's like, yeah, right. She's one nice piece of ace. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I'm the king. I'm the king. It's good to be the king.
See the fucking steel.
Yeah, he admits that she's right about his marriage, and he basically wants the same for her at this point. He wants her to be happy, content, and that she should choose who she weds. But basically, you still must wed. But find someone you love the way he loved her mother. Just don't cut open their stomachs. And speaking of, he swears on Emma's memory that he does not intend to supplant Rhaenyra's succession with Aegon II. Aegon II of his name.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad he said that, but I was waiting for him to say, I'm like, just fucking say that.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't told her this shit in 3 years? Like, it's pretty obvious what the fuck's going on.
I feel like they haven't talked at all. The way they make this seem, it's like he's just been under the tree the entire time.
Yeah. 3 years under that tree, I read. Oh, listen to that song about the dragon's balls. But yeah, I'm glad. I at least glad he stopped and said that to her. And hey, he said you can marry who you want.
Yep.
Which I guess is a trick, or is it?
He probably means it, but he's gonna turn his. He's gonna get p-whipped by Alicent, and
Mm-hmm. I also think he means it.
Yeah,
when he says she's not going to be supplanted,
Mhm.
but there's going to be some shit. That
He's
goes
like, I'm going to
down
have you
where
killed
he's
instead.
going to have to make a different choice. Well, I think he's going to have to make a choice for the realm.
Yeah.
For some reason, something's going to happen where he's going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I had to change my mind for the realm. Like, we got too many enemies that don't support you, or I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to change, or he's going to die.
Yeah, that's going to be
most likely.
Yeah, I mean, he's falling apart.
Yeah.
Leaving pieces of himself all over.
And in the realm, it probably doesn't even matter, what he said, that he named her heir.
Yeah.
Someone like fucking Otto will probably write some stupid letter saying, no, I changed my mind. Me, the king. And I want Aegon to be king. No, wait, scratch that. Otto Hightower is now king.
Speaking of scratch that, don't sit on the chair. It's sharp.
Yeah. He is missing some fingers. His finger's not looking good.
Fucking next episode, the king's ass is just going to fall off. Right underneath the ropes. Plop. Oh, sire.
Die of infection.
Sire, your buttock.
Your butts fall off.
Hey,
Sire, your fronts fell off. The front fell off. What? That's not supposed to fall off.
All right. Well, that's the end of the Viserys and Rhaenyra saga for this episode, Mike. Now back to the good part. This is the tale
Dun,
of Daemon Targaryen. So we're back to the Stepstones, and Corlys's brother, Lord Business Time's brother, is essentially talking mutiny now, blaming everything these past 3 years, the inevitable victory of the Triarchy and the Crab Feeder on Daemon's leadership or lack thereof. And Lord Business Time, in a very authoritarian manner that should give him his own spin-off series, tells him he's not going to allow him to run his mouth like that, even if they are brothers. I'm liking Lord Business Time a lot, aside from the marry my 12-year-old daughter thing.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
pretty badass.
while they're fucking talking, there's ships getting destroyed in the background.
Yeah.
They're just like, no biggie. We got stuff to talk about.
And everybody's just sitting around depressed.
Yep, people are dying. I don't get it. I don't get why the dragon wouldn't be out there earlier to suppress that fire, so they'd go back in their caves. Whatever.
Yeah,
it looks cool though.
I don't get why they don't use the dragons more in this war. Like they have, as we find out, they have 2 at least, and Daenerys did a lot of shit with 2 dragons.
Yeah, so when they're talking, they say dragons, plural.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what? Who else has a dragon here?
Well, we find out.
We find out later.
And
this whole this whole war with them was, I found, very confusing and kind of disconnected, and like the reasoning seemed a little disconnected to me. It seemed a little odd that like 3 years and they got 2 dragons at least, and these guys are just in fucking caves.
Yeah,
so they can't. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's. I mean, it's fine. It's just it's kind of sucks that I got to think about it.
How
like
are they sinking ships?
Seems kind of obvious. Like what the fuck, man? Just you can have your dragons fly over and suppress them back in until the ships pass. I don't know.
Well, they're getting support.
And why the fuck is the crab feeder guy anyway? Why would people follow this fucking dude with grayscale who doesn't talk?
Yeah. Why are they hiding out in caves when they're getting the support of the Triarchy? Because it's like 3 cities that have basically thrown in behind this guy, like silently at least, but I'm obviously not that silently, because he's like, yeah, burn all these, the guy that gets stepped on at the beginning is like, yeah, burn all these Triarchy cunts. And so I don't know. It seems, it does seem weird.
What's the point of controlling the Stepstones? Like, are they going to fucking control it and charge a toll to go through?
I mean, I guess they can definitely cripple Westeros' economy, I guess.
Maybe I should go back and watch the last 2 episodes, and they probably mentioned a little more about
I think
what was going down.
Corliss says it will beggar his ports,
seemed...
I think. Is what that's... Beggar.
Right up the ass!
No, beggar, not bugger.
Oh, hey, King!
Hey, King!
Yeah, bugger those ports! Fuck those ports right up their asses!
Attend your ports!
I'm gonna open up your port!
But yeah, this conversation's happening, and Laenor is like laying into his uncle. At least Daemon's fighting this war. What are you doing besides eating cake, you fat fuck? And how have you served the realm?
I served them cake.
Yes. But Daemon arrives. Literally seconds after that, a message from the king arrives as well, and it's Viserys saying he's sending ships and men to help, and he hopes Daemon returns in good health, and blah, 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 blah. Daemon then proceeds to beat the shit out of this guy. I think to death, but we're not really shown either way. This poor guy's status is unknown, presumed dead.
Yeah, I think Daemon was being...
And cunts.
Yes.
It was a real dick move, Daemon. Hey, don't kill the messenger.
No. Yeah, Daemon decides to take his ass back down to the island, where he's waving the white flag and offering up Dark Sister and...
Whoa.
Did I skip something?
Rewind it there, brother. Yeah. Fucking Daemon sets out on a rowboat faster than fucking Gendry does, baby. Yeah. Hey, no, but if there's an overhead shot of him rowing, I'm pretty sure he's not in the water. Because, like, it just does not look... The CGI does not look very good.
No, I
don't know.
I guess
it was noticeable to me. But the thing is, your eye goes to, like, all these other broken ships, and you just kind of see the rowboat, and it cuts real close. Oh, he does need some freaking rowing lessons from Gendry. Go back and watch it after that overhead one, they cut to the side, and he's rowing. He needs to learn how to dig, man. You got to dig when you're rowing, all right? Dig. Barely. Barely doing anything.
Well, that's what happens when you're when you're on a boat in front of a green screen and not actually in water.
I think he was on the boat then. So I think just the overhead shot he wasn't.
Oh,
but
okay.
the other scene, I'm pretty sure he was.
So
Yes, white flag.
Yes, he waves the
oh,
white
my
flag.
white flag.
Here.
I give up.
Have my dark sister. And
Yes.
which draws the crab feeder out and has him send some men over. Meanwhile, we've got some archers up on the hillside. Well, I guess not hillside, cliffside.
Up on the roof. Oh, no, they're not really.
Drawing arrows on them. And then we find out, as we all suspected, this is a ruse by the rogue prince.
What?
Yes, and he proceeds to kick a bunch of ass as he runs towards the crab feeder. In what basically the behind the scenes confirm is essentially a suicide run. I assumed that it was basically just desperation, that if he doesn't wrap this shit up before his brother bails him out, then the entire reason he did this is kind of for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't want his brother to bail him out. That makes him feel even more like a loser or less of a person. Like he's doing this, I think for multiple reasons, but yeah, one of them is that to show the realm that he's a capable person, and I guess still wants to be the king. So yeah, this will give him a little bit of good standing. You'd be like, ooh, Daemon.
Yeah, it's like,
He killed this crab feeder guy that we never heard talk or anything. And
he's it's
killed off screen in a cave.
yeah, he's Daemon.
Where are you? Where's your other half?
My wife?
We
You attend,
yes, because I'm going fuck
I'm
her.
going to attend your wife.
We don't even know if Daemon cut him in half. I know I'm jumping ahead. We don't know. The crab feeder maybe cut himself in half. Daemon's taking credit.
Yeah, Daemon's
That grayscale might have just ate through him, and he might have just like slid off of himself.
he ran into his own trap and got,
How
Big
does
swinging
the
blade.
How does? Yeah.
I forgot that was
Maybe.
there. Forgot that tripwire was there. Shit.
Crab. What? How does his guys? How the crab feeders men? How do they even know what he wants them to do? He's nodding like the whole time.
Yeah,
Like
and they're like,
always like nodding, and then all he does is go, like, wait a sec, is he telling us to go?
yeah.
Is he, or is he just nodding? Just nod. He's just nodding. Normal nodding. Okay.
Right.
He meant go.
We'll just go.
Oh
then.
shit! Do you want us to kill? Do you want us to kill him? He put a white flag out. What? I don't know what this nodding means. Can you just tell me? Write it on the sign. Okay, we'll bring him in. We'll talk later.
And the other thing is he's doing these nods from like hundreds of yards away. So it's like, and listen, some people had glasses back then, but most of these people probably have shit vision because just the nature of people, like a lot of us have shit vision.
Yeah.
So nobody's seeing shit. There's more people should be running and tripping on rocks in this show. I don't think we talk enough about that. Some of these people should be clumsy as fuck.
Hold on.
No
Where are
optometrists.
you? Where? Crab feeder. I don't have my glasses on. Where are you, crab feeder?
Is he waving a white flag? No, I think that's a duck, mate.
Oh, bum.
Yeah, but as Damon's like doing his Witcher run through people just jumping around and cutting people in half, he's like better than Jon Snow in the Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah. For sure. Jon didn't have to do that in the Battle of the Bastards. Like, it almost looks like Jon's about to fight over all these horses coming at him, but that doesn't happen at all.
Yeah, he kills a decent number of people, but like not this many, I don't think. But yeah, he's running and killing. The arrows are flying, and just as about to go, man, this is fucking bullshit. How has nobody got hit him with an arrow yet? Oh, there we go. Now he finally gets
Right.
hit with it. Because if it went on like a couple seconds longer without him getting hit, I would have been like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But-
it's plausible. They're arrows. They're far away.
They can't see.
They're not. They're far. Well, yeah. They don't have their glasses nor their contacts. But far enough away. They're at sea on an island. You got some wind going. They're far enough away to where they're going to have to arch it up. They're not, going to be able to just directly aim at him.
Mhm.
So a lot of factors coming in. It's kind of plausible that, they missed.
Yeah.
So none of that stuff bothered me.
It was a minor complaint.
So-
But there was just a lot of arrows coming down, like pretty close to him. It's like,
Yeah.
somebody should have hit him by now.
After a while,
But-
after a while, you're like, hold on, come on.
What is this? Like plot armor? That's not the kind of armor I want to see in this show.
It doesn't matter if he got hit by the fucking arrows anyway. He got hit by an arrow at the beginning of this episode. No mention of that. He's perfectly fine.
He took it in the shoulder. That's fine. But
Yeah, no big deal. Just a shoulder shot. No infection. Infections don't happen.
it only happens to
These
my brother.
arrows are clean.
I
Yeah.
I rubbed myself all over that throne and didn't get cut. I was like a cat, just rubbing my face all over, get my scent on it. Not a scratch.
Oh my god.
So yeah, he gets hit with a couple arrows, so he takes cover in this rickety shelter, this Daemon's Crab Shack, as we get the cavalry coming in, and
Mhm.
led by Lord Business Time, along with his son Laenor, flying a dragon. I put in the notes Syraxes, but I knew that wasn't right when I put it in because it wasn't a gold dragon. I just put it in there because I'm sure the dragon has a name, but I don't know all the dragons.
It's sea smoke.
Sea Smoke. Cool.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, bro. Sea smoke, the dragon. Yeah, let's burn one, man.
is fucking kill. You won't even want any milk of the poppy.
It's all natural, bro.
So I hope we get a little more insight to this as people who are not book readers about why Laenor has a dragon and why he's a dragon rider, because just 3 years ago when we were offering up his sister in marriage, Corlys was like, well, we don't have any dragon riders or dragons. You have the dragons. What we have is ships and money. But here's Laenor.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
He said he says you've got the dragons and dragon riders. We've got ships and money. That's a
Well,
paraphrase.
here's the thing.
But
So they are Rhaenys children, and they
that's a
were
good point.
born, I think, before Viserys was named king. Maybe.
Mhm.
So therefore, they would still
Yeah.
be potential heirs, and they would get, he would get a dragon egg in his crib, in his bed.
Oh,
I'm assuming that he was born before that Viserys was named king, and that's why.
yeah, he would
have a dragon.
It would have been close.
So
No, he wouldn't have been born yet. Because, well, I guess we don't know how old he is. Because we have 9
Right.
years.
he did grow a fucking lot in 3 years, though.
That's true. He grew up a shit ton, yeah. Because
Jesus.
if his sister was 12, that would make her 15 now, which is about the age Alicent and Rhaenyra were last episode.
Yeah.
So he's probably 15 or 16, maybe 16 or 17. But either way,
Yeah, but he's a few years older than, yeah.
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it might be around 20. I don't know.
But even his sister's like asking all those dragon questions and shit like that. Well, she should know about dragons if she had a dragon egg as well.
Oh, man, that's a real bummer. I wish you didn't bring that up. Yeah. You know what? I'm just going to la, 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 la.
I mean,
That doesn't make sense.
it's sound.
I wonder if there is a good explanation.
I'm sure there is,
So-
but I'm not reading the book to find out. And considering they have to
She's not asking about just dragons, right? She's asking about
specific dragons.
Baelor.
Yeah.
the biggest fucking dragon, which is something that's kind of wild that seeing Viserys rode Balon, right?
Huh?
It's Balon or Baelor.
I don't know.
think Baelor. But Viserys did ride that, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like he was its
And
last
now
rider.
he's like this. Yeah. I wonder what he was like when he was younger.
What's that story?
Yeah.
That's probably in the
I'd
book.
like to know a little more. I'd like to know, maybe have a flashback to see who he was when he was younger. And now to see his kind of pathetic self that he is now.
Mhm.
And I don't really find him pathetic. Because
He's ineffective for sure.
ineffective. He's just almost, I don't know. He's not an asshole enough to be king.
Yeah.
To be king, you kind of got to be a fucking, at least somewhat of a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's far too passive.
So people don't take you over.
Mhm.
Yes. So, yeah, passive. Oh, yeah, not weak. Passive's better description.
So as Seafoam or Sea Smoke and Rhaenyrea and the Business Time brothers are just killing everything, Daemon gets up, composes himself, goes into the cave after Crab Feeder, and comes out dragging his torso and dragging it across the beach. And yeah, Mike, this no Daemon Crab Feeder fight is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
They could have easily taken like 3 minutes off the hunt scenes and given us some kind of Crab Feeder Daemon showdown thing.
Yeah, I felt pretty robbed. And I don't know. I just thought this was going to be built up more. Like this Crab Feeder guy was a bigger deal, and now it's just over. This is nothing.
This is a Westworld level plot resolution. It's like, yeah, and then this happened.
It's only to make Daemon look better.
Yeah,
that's
to
move his plot along, which it's fine.
Yeah,
it was just disappointing. I just felt a little robbed. So I didn't even get to hear the Crab Feeder guy talk, if he does even talk. Like, I'm a Crab Feeder. I'm the Crab Feeder.
I mean, the only thing that I could surmise is that we're supposed to take away is that there was no fight. Like the Crab Feeder isn't a fighter; he's just a leader for whatever reason, and he never had a fighting chance against somebody one-on-one. But at the same time,
he was just a carpenter in his day. That's why he just has his trusty hammer.
Yeah. But at the same time, I would have liked to see that too. Just the showdown. Like even if you don't show him get cut in half, just like
this. Yeah, this Crab Feeder guy was a prince though. Prince Trahar. I don't know. And that guy at the very beginning that gets smushed is like, fuck your whore mother and your bastard father or something like that.
Yeah, but that's just something you say. That's like, good morrow to
there.
you.
Oh, hey, fuck your whore mother.
And your bastard father.
Great weather we're having, huh?
Well, same to you. Attend your mother as well. Thank you.
All right.
And that's the end of the episode. Is he gets drugged down to the torso of the Crab Feeder gets drugged to the beach. So yeah, the episode had a strong beginning and ending, but the pacing was not so good.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes stuff kind of pissed me off this episode. Like as you mentioned earlier, they explain why they did the time jump, and they're basically like, yeah, there's a lot we're not showing here. We're just asking the viewer to trust us and go on this ride and pick up the details along the way. But they did that part okay. But then they start going into how this whole episode is the rebirth of Viserys, Rhaenyrea, and Daemon for who they will become throughout the rest of the show. And it's like, that doesn't come through at all. Like all Rhaenyra's doing is kind of being a bratty teenager, except for the fact that she stabs the shit out of a boar. Daemon's still kind of a punk, and Viserys is still wonderfully acted, but they still show him as a pretty ineffective ruler. So it's like, I don't know what are you talking about here? Like, how am I supposed to connect these pieces without the behind the scenes? Like, you're just telling me this.
I also don't like watching the behind the scenes stuff because I wish they filmed it in a different way, because it just reminds me of the D&D guys.
Oh yeah.
Like it looks, and one of the guys looks similar to those guys. Like I know he looks way different, but like
he looks like a way
it's been a long time since I watched.
the way yoked one.
Yeah.
He's like the New York. He's like a New
Mhm.
York D&D guy as opposed to the Hollywood ones. He's like, yeah, and Viserys was like, fuck your mother.
Well, one of those guys is not going to be on the show next year.
Yeah, I think that's the guy that said like way back then, like people didn't survive.
He's the director, Shapotnik, or
Yeah.
what's this? Yeah, something like that.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah, he had some deal with HBO to do some other stuff, I guess, and whatever.
Did you hear?
He's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, fuck your tits and dragons.
Already dealt with this stuff.
Did you hear that Elizabeth Olsen is I don't know if she was cast yet or if she's in talks to be cast for the next season.
I saw something. I didn't know if that was serious or not.
Apparently it is serious.
All right.
Something I think I saw some headline that said she's definitely in it. But the other thing that I found out from that was interesting is she auditioned to be Daenerys in Game of Thrones. And she lost it to Emilia Clarke, but that's okay.
I think she would have done all right.
I think she would have done great. I think I'm more interested in seeing her in this show than I would have been in seeing her as Daenerys. Like now that we've seen her in like the Marvel movies, like what she's capable of. Because I mean, if we talk like Elizabeth Olsen, that was like 12 years ago or however long it was when Game of Thrones was on.
Mm-hmm.
Then she.
Well, now that I know her, I don't want her in this show
because you're just gonna see Scarlet Witch.
Why? Oh, why? Yeah, exactly. So any like super famous people that are in any TV show, I usually relate them. I don't want to relate a character to anything else except what they're playing in Game of Thrones. So, like, I don't know any of these people in this show right now. So it's been great.
I only know a couple, but
I think so. Oh, well, yeah, Matt Smith, but even Matt Smith, I haven't watched any of his stuff. So
right.
Yeah.
This one did a
Great
good job of me like forgetting that he was Doctor Who, because Doctor Who never fucking does any kind of physical activity outside of the occasional like running. But this was full on sprint and hit people with swords and shit. So that was way different. So yeah, it's like for a second, it's like, oh,
he's great.
This is a badass guy. I don't want to see his butt again, but so yeah.
So next episode, they're going to see Aegon grown up a little bit and like, oh, hey, King, your son's dick.
It has grown slightly, Your Grace.
Oh no. We'll talk about next episode here in a second. I want to get.
Sorry, I saw that clip out of the corner of my eye. I was like, I'm gonna have to use that.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Let's jump to the mailbag. The first off, we want to go to the A Feast of Fuck Ups, as Daemon Targ, our official corrections officer in the YouTube comment section, does correct us. Last episode, he mentions that Rhaenyrea is just a cousin to Viserys and not a sister cousin. So there you go, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's less yucky now. He also wants to correct us. This isn't a corrections department thing, I don't think, but he says also no one expect this is in relation to us talking about how Otto Hightower is a stupid fucker for forgetting that dragons exist last episode. Mm-hmm. He's also no one expects Daemon to burn them with Syraxes. Maegor used to do that, so it's looked on very negatively in Westeros. It was meant to be a negotiation like thing, and in the book Daemon agrees to give up the egg. Also, Otto was egging Daemon and wanted him to do something stupid so that Viserys has more reason to get rid of him. That was Daemon Targ on YouTube again, and I don't buy it. I don't care. This isn't
excellent.
Yeah,
I don't agree.
This is not the book. What happened in the book is not what happens in the show. I mean, it might be, but the way it's presented to the viewer, they have not established that burning people alive with dragons is a faux pas. Meanwhile, what we see in the show is they exchange some words. Hightower's men draw steel. Then the dragons respond to the threat, and then they're like, "Oh fuck, a dragon!" So it was not a negotiation. It was a response to an aggressive action. So that is not a feast of fuck ups. We're right. Somebody else is wrong. I don't know. I don't think Daemon Targ's wrong either. He's right when it comes to the books. But if that was the intent was to follow the book's negotiation scene of Otto and Daemon. They fucked up. They did something different.
I concur.
And then from the mailbag, dude, all I have to say is, wow, I could not stop laughing last episode. I have to say, I listen to a lot of podcasts on the show. None of them make me laugh or keep me engaged like you guys. The end with Lord Business Time and his stupid face. Fucking gold, dude. Most of the guys at work were wondering what the fuck was wrong with me because I was cry laughing. Great job. That's from Frank. Thank you so much, Frank. I love you. Although at the end with Lord Business Time and a stupid fucking face, Lord Business Time was Lord Corlys. He does not have a stupid fucking face. It's Viserys that has a stupid fucking face. So,
hey, maybe we can get Frank on the show. So, today I was actually listening to a couple of our very old episodes, and one of them I believe was Game of Thrones season 6, episode 10. It was the season finale, and Frank was on. And it was a really good time. Lots of good jokes to be made. It was a lot of fun.
So you were the listener, because I was like looking at the analytics this morning, and it's like, man, who's going back and listening to that old episode? It's so random.
Yep, I was looking for a couple of the old episodes. So if you saw a couple other ones like that got a little play, like I didn't play it any of them all the way through. I don't think. I just was like, no, that's not the one. That's not the one. Yeah, I think there's another one with Frank on that season that ended up being pretty good too.
Yeah, I think we had 2 with Frank and then 1 with Josh. Josh was the Battle of the Bastards. That's the one where we did Up on the Roof, or we discovered Up on the Roof, and the mountain was selling sparkly bubbles or something like that.
Oh yeah, yep.
All right,
it's funny.
So I do want to talk a little bit about what we see for next episode in the promo for the next episode. So if you don't want to be spoiled about anything for the next episode, if you skip that, then let us part ways now. Thank you for listening, and visit us at watchersonthecouch.com. Leave us a voicemail or send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. And until next week. But Mike, next episode, there's some things that we see. We see as it starts off, Rey is reading the prophecy about the prince that was promised, and his song will be the Song of Ice and Fire. She's reading that with Viserys, and it looks like Viserys is giving her the cat's paw dagger, or at least she's looking at it.
Because it looks like she heats it up, and she's reading that. That's the inscription on the dagger, right?
Maybe. I don't know. The way they cut these trailers is always like, is this part of the same scene, or is this just something unrelated? But yeah. We get a quick glimpse of Otto near the Iron Throne, which, yeah, that makes sense. We see a pensive, shorter-haired Daemon. He gets a haircut. He's a Metallica circa 1995 now. And this is where he sells out to become a king. We see...
Hey, did they say that this was next episode, or was this in like the weeks
This
to
is
come?
the next episode.
Oh, okay.
Did you watch it? Did you watch this? Well, you did. You saw the heating up the dragon, or the dagger thing.
Yep. Yeah. I don't remember everything, though, so looks like you got good notes on it.
Okay. So we see a very worried looking Alicent who appears to no longer be pregnant. So we're getting a little bit of a time jump again. Viserys saying the House of the Dragon will stand as one for another generation, as we see him take his crown off a pillow and put it on his head. He's wearing gloves on both hands now. So we're going to assume that all of his hands are fucked up. Viserys is standing in front of the throne with some lords and ladies in front of him, and then you hear some voiceover, and I think if I remember right, the closed captioning said it was like a minstrel or something like that, or Carnival Barker. It's not Carnival Barker. Who will it be? The brother. And you see Daemon with a crown of his own and the crab feeder's warhammer. Daemon stands before his brother. They named me the King of the Narrow Sea.
Ooh.
And the Barker going, the daughter. And somebody whose voice I couldn't place telling Rhaenyrea, your courtship is at an end. I don't know if that means her time in court is at the end or her time of flirting is at an end and it's time for her to get married, or what kind of courtship we're talking about here.
No.
But she's sitting with someone who I didn't recognize. I don't know who was sitting beside her in this scene, but Cole is standing at attention near her. But it's like a really pretty big guy with a beard and hair, so it wasn't Graham.
It's a white stag.
It wasn't Graham McTavish's character, Sir Harold of White Castle, or whatever his name is. Then we see Rhaenyrea and Viserys in his chambers, because we see the model, his toy model in the background. She's like, so I can be a remedy for your political headaches. And Viserys is like, you are my political headache. So this is where we're going to get the tension that maybe she won't be heir after all. Then the voiceover, or the little princeling of 3. So we have another year jump.
Of 3?
Yeah, so it's going to be a year in between these next 2 episodes, it seems like.
Because that mean they're talking about Alicent's kids, right? That she has 3 kids, yes?
No, this is the princeling of 3. So the Aegon is 3 years old, is what I take.
Oh, fuck me. All right. I thought like of the 3 children. So.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think they mean age
of
there.
3.
But we do see.
Yep. Yeah.
We do see Alicent.
I'm an idiot. So yeah.
That's all right. These people talk funny.
Oh, yes. Because I remember when I was 7 and 10.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I remember when I was 7 years old. I also remember when I was 10 years old. Like, oh, 17.
Words fall from your mouth like shit from ass. I miss that show.
Yeah. Jupiter's cock.
Yeah. We see Alicent with her baby. So this is the one that she was pregnant with in this episode. Looks about like 1-year-old size. In front of a window, bouncing up and down, still looking worried. Alicent is just looking worried all the time.
I wonder if she's gonna seem more. Something I wanted to bring up was she doesn't seem to give a shit about her kid, really. I don't know. She doesn't very affectionate or motherly, like. But maybe that kind of makes sense because I don't know. It wasn't really her choice.
Yeah, it's her.
She's like, oh yeah, baby making machine. Here's your baby king.
Yeah, it's mainly her dad's choice. Like, I mean, I don't even think.
Yeah.
Viserys is happy to have a son, but I don't think he even said, like, this episode, he wasn't really planning on getting married or having any more kids. So.
Yeah.
And then we see Otto, I have discomforting news. We see an angry Rey saying, this is a vile accusation. And I think she's saying it to Otto based upon the shoulder. We only see the shoulder pads of whoever she's talking to, but it looks similar to Otto's in the previous scene. And, then we see a dark alleyway, hands on top of hands, with a ring on the ring finger of the right hand. So somebody's having sexy times in the alley.
Someone's having a fingering
in the
alley.
I was trying to figure out whose ring it was based on the characters we've seen so far, and I couldn't place it because nobody I've seen wears a ring on their right ring finger of the main cast. But then Viserys is talking to Hightower, and Viserys is like, who is responsible for this gossip? I will take their eyes because mine are going to fall out and I need replacements. And then we see a hooded person walking through the alleyway, making their way through some people. We get...
is it Hooded Justice?
It should be. And then we see a scene of Alicent drinking from a little small goblet, but she has a voiceover saying, it's not in Rhaenyra's nature to be deceitful. I cannot say the same for your brother. So then we see Daemon in a hood. So perhaps he's the hooded figure in the alley. He's up on a roof or a rampart. And then there's a quick glitch. My video quality didn't catch this very well. It was very artifacty, but there's somebody making sparky fire hands for a split second. And then
the crab fetus come back.
He's got hands on fire. And then again, the quality of the video, it was dark and like compressed, so I couldn't make it out very well. It looks like Rey is running through the alleyway, the alleys or the streets of King's Landing in common clothes, with the hooded person in pursuit. So supposedly Daemon, which means maybe they're having sexy time in the alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gross.
Ooh.
Oh, she's just my niece. It's okay. And then we get another shot from the scene of the crowned Daemon as King of the Narrow Sea approaching towards the king, and then he gets a sword pointed at his chest. And then finally, Rey is on a ship at sea with Cole shouting to take cover as the ship gets swooped by a dragon. So we're gonna get some interesting stuff this next episode. Not a lot of, maybe not as much talky. I mean, quite a bit of talky, but we're gonna get some dragon flybys, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get some sexy time in the alley. We're gonna get
Things
some
moving around.
Yep. So looking forward to this episode.
Looks much more exciting than this episode.
Yeah, but trailers have to make it look that way, don't they?
All right.
That's the point of trailers.
True.
So yeah, so it seems like Rey is being accused of some kind of sexual thing that is bad, but I have no idea what kind of sexual thing could be bad in this world because people are fine with family members banging. So
Right.
what's like, what possible sexual promiscuity is worse than incest?
He fucked a stag. He fucked the white one.
She didn't have sex with anybody. That's a vile accusation. I'm fucking all the time. She didn't do anything about Sir Crispin Glover's blue balls. Yeah, I tried to make out the ring on the finger of the hands on hand scene. But
It's Myceria. That's who it is.
Oh,
Think we'll ever see her again?
I mean, I hope so.
She's gone forever.
I don't know.
I hope she's gone forever.
I'm
I'm going to go away now. Never on show again.
Mm-hmm. I think this might be, I mean, I don't know. I could probably check IMDb to verify, but this seems like it's probably going to be the last episode of the young Ray and Allie show.
Probably.
The time jump will be after this. This seems to be like maybe this is where Rhaenyrea has to fucking leave for a while, and then
Hell, it could even jump in the middle of the episode,
It could.
or towards the end of the episode. So
they're hiding the old versions from us.
I got a quick question for you.
Hmm?
Whatever happened to Hightower's son, Gawain, the one that got fucking
What the fuck knows?
ran off the horse?
Yeah.
Like, did that guy die?
I don't know.
He's never mentioned again. I guess he's not important.
I mean, it's only episode 3,
I think
Mike.
his oldest son would be kind of important, but I don't know.
We have 7 more episodes.
Face is all jacked up now.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, we can look it up. I don't know.
He's like, my son's ugly now. You're useless to me. I will use my daughter, the baby making machine, for power. And station.
Whoa.
Whoa, station.
That's going to do it for this episode, I think. Oh, yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of news going around. If you follow YouTube and if you're trending articles and whatever about Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings collide, there's a lot of news about, is Lord of the Rings Rings of Power coming for House of the Dragon? Is House of the Dragon coming from blah, blah, blah? It's like, dude, these things aren't in competing time slots. You can fucking watch and enjoy both. Like, it's not really a competition. Yep.
They're very different things.
They're very different things.
I will say, when I first watched Rings of Power, I was like, this fucking show is bullshit. But I was a little tired and cranky. I was like, I only watched a little bit of it, just the intro of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, oh, fucking cool. Hey, we got dragons too. Oh, we climb ice walls too. And I'm like, well, all right, I'm going to bed. Then I watched it over the weekend. I'm like, actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah, like I've
enjoying this.
I have only seen the first episode so far, but it's a gorgeous fucking show.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, when I saw the trailer,
looks great.
When I saw the trailer, I was a little concerned about it because it seemed like the acting was kind of shitty. Like there's some of the lines were like real cringe, but the lines show up in the episode that I saw, and it's like, okay, it's not as bad within context of the scene that it's in.
Is Elrond like, where's my sister? Where's my sister? That's who he is. He's the guy that plays young Ned Stark.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that. I just realized it was he just looked like Neil Patrick Harris. He looked like Elrond Halfdoogie. I didn't realize that was the same guy.
Young Ned Stark at the Tower of Joy.
Oh shit! That's so cool.
Where's my sister? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was good so far. I'm like, I kind of wish all the episodes were out. I'm ready to freaking binge it. Like, I'm kind of into it.
Those episodes are so long. At least that first episode, it felt like it was like an hour and a half long.
Oh, it did. It really did. Yeah.
And then I saw the runtime for the second one was over an hour. It's like, okay, I can't watch this right now. It's yeah. But I was looking forward to it. I was hoping that we would be able to talk about it because I know they announced the show right around the time Game of Thrones was ending. It's like, well, if there's a Lord of the Rings show, we'll talk about it. But, you know, they have to fucking run at the same time the House of the Dragon's going in. We're the watchers on the couch, so Westeros has to take priority. But
damn right.
I don't know. Maybe I'll do some one-off bonus episodes where I just talk at the microphone by myself and make dick jokes about elves or something. I don't know.
Don't get your elf dick chopped off. I don't think there's going to be many dicks getting chopped off in Ring of Power.
I think we're hard pressed to see any nudity in Lord of the Rings.
I think so.
We've barely seen.
We're getting fucking hard pressed to see any nudity in Hot D. All right.
I know.
I'm ready for the gods of tits and dragons to put a little more tits and a little less dragons.
I'm hoping for the strong sexual
less dragons, but a little just a little more.
I'm hoping to get the strong sexual content warning at the beginning of the next episode.
Yeah,
this is what we come to Westeros for.
As long as it's not an awful like strong sexual content type of thing, like, you know, I don't fucking want to see any rape scenes. I don't want to see these awful, like, you know, some of these awful things.
I don't want to see grayscale boobs. I want to see.
Oh, dude, I'd love to see those. Oh man, maybe we can see some giant boobs.
I want to see some hot
Not
double
just
Ds.
normal big boobs, like an actual woman giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my dream back in the Game of Thrones days.
And then Tormund is
hey, there might be one still alive. This is 200 years earlier.
Yeah.
One might have a girlfriend.
Ooh.
Let's go north of the wall. See some giant boobs. Oh.
But yeah, if there's boobs, we're going to talk about them next week. You can guarantee it. It's the Watchers on the Couch. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And meanwhile...
and I'm ready to cruise ship those boobs. That's what you do, cruise ship boobs.
And again, it's not a competition between Lord of the Rings and House of the Dragon. Watch them both. Enjoy them both. Or don't. Be one of those people that are like, these people's skin's too brown. I can't enjoy this show. But go ahead and be a fuck then. Nobody needs you. Get a life. That'll do it for this week's episode. Until next week, I'm Tim.
And I'm Mike.
And now our watch is ended. Until next week.
Don't get your dick chopped off.
And don't get chopped in half. And drug along the beach. Keep yourself intact.
Don't get smushed by a dragon.
Don't fuck your relatives.
Hey! Go fuck your wife. That's how I'm going to start ending the show.
There you go. Hey, if you made it this far into the show, let me just say thanks. It means a lot that you take the time to listen to us goof around, and we'd love to hear from you and let us know how we're doing. Consider leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, or wherever you leave your podcast reviews, and reach out on any of our various social media channels. Links in the description.